Although trading is closed on February 6, 2017, we had a MEJT target of 2291.56. I said it was optional. It should print 95% of the time. That printed, it was a support resistance level. During the day, MEJT said ultimately lower prices would print. They haven't yet, so we have a target of 2288.56. It should print ultimately. We usually don't have to wait long, but there's no time limit on the call. We have mixed signals from today's trade. We have a pattern which usually closes at the day's high. If not, it usually leads to a significant drop. That would be invalidated if we gapped up and promptly took out this high. We have a gap down, lower lows, can't hold on to any of them. That's positive. It would be invalidated if we gap down, promptly took out this low. So the commonest thing for tomorrow is we have a gap opening and promptly trade outside the range. Next most common is we close a little change, have the big move Wednesday. We also had a date from a system of February 6th. As I said, it worked retrospectively. It's too soon to tell if it'll work prospectively or not. It worked often, but not every time. If it's off by a day, I don't really care. So if this is a high on the 3rd or tomorrow's a high on the 7th, it's close enough for me. Well, what are the chances we gap up tomorrow, even though the market's down as I'm recording this? I think we have a reasonable chance. That's not the chart I want first. Few things to look at this one. Here's a 15-minute chart. You draw the Fibonacci grid, you'll see how the 61.8% level has held. Also notice that this gap up hasn't been able to close to stay over this high. The fact it couldn't escape this consolidation means eventually any move higher from here should retrace. Well, this support's holding. If this count is right, and it's D, you'll see how there's Fibonacci support from a different pattern right over here too. So we have multiple Fibonacci targets holding. However, we don't know if this count's right, but if that's A, it's bigger than C, and if E's coming, and this could be an A and a B and a C to make the final wave up, it should stop short of 2320 something, probably in the 23 teens. So for tomorrow, we think ultimately 2288.56 will print. Doesn't have to print tomorrow. Commonest thing is a gap outside the range. Next most common thing is we close a little change. I think we have a reasonable chance for moving up tomorrow and finishing off what could be the last leg of this move up, but we'll have to wait to be sure, and that's today's call.